Welcome back. So right now we're seeing family photos, turkeys, and holiday lights and trees popping up all over our Facebook timelines. And of course, the holidays, they can be a good time to unplug. Social media strategist Alex Greenwood is here to explain why this could be something to consider. So first off, we're talking about a social media fast. Right. What is that?
Well, yeah, and look at me going on TV trying to talk myself out of business here, but a social media fast is just like any kind of a food fast or a detox you might do for your physical body, but this is for your mental safety, your mental awareness, your sanity, maybe even your own soul. It's just a way of just cutting back on looking at your smartphone constantly, updating what you're doing, and paying attention to who's actually right here in front of you.
Okay, and I feel like I am in the millennial generation, or at least I adhere to a lot of those qualities. We work in television, we have to use Twitter, right. But there have been a couple times where I had to take a break because it was just too much.
It can be so overwhelming to you, and I think the thing that we have here, we have a connection-disconnection going on in our society. We are so connected with smartphones and with social media that we're actually, I think, getting things in between actual connection with people. And at the holidays, you're all together with your family and friends. Shouldn't you be face-to-face instead of this, you know?
Oh, we should.
Yeah.
And why should we consider maybe going cold turkey or at least cutting back, especially during the holidays?
Well, I think you'll find it more rewarding. There's a lot of, I call it empty calories. There's a lot of empty calories with checking your smartphone constantly. There's, you know, updating what you're doing every minute of the day, taking a picture of every piece of food you eat, all these kind of things. I mean, that's a little extreme, but some people actually do that. And especially if you're thrown together with family and friends who you maybe only see once a year at the holidays, put down the phone, except to take a picture, and then get back to the family and friends.
Okay, so how do we know if it's time, we need a break, maybe I'm a little bit too attached to social media?
Well, if you get anxiety at the idea of having a social media fast, you need a social media fast. You really need to take a break from your smartphone and from social media. So think that over, and in your gut, you know if you need to take a break usually.
Okay, I'm getting ready to go to the Bahamas, so I'll be turning the phone off
Very
then.
nice.
And it's kind of one of those things you have to do though, because you're overseas and kind of, or at least someplace where connectivity isn't really an option.
Right.
Let's also talk about Apple Screen Time, because I know you have that downloaded.
I love the Apple Screen Time app. It's a relatively new app. You can get it on the new iPhone update. But embarrassingly, I found out that I was on my smartphone 45 hours last week.
Oh, wow. And we see that up on the screen right now.
Right. Now,
is this your actual feed or is this someone else's?
No, I was too embarrassed to send you that.
This is our producer, Dante's, I think.
Well, Dante, he and I have a lot of back and forth about the Chiefs on there, probably. Oh. But no, yeah, I found out, though, that even though it's not all social media, I was on this smartphone for 45 hours plus last week. And it just, I look at this every day and it reminds me, hey, Alex, take a break once in a while.
And for you, that must be so difficult because your job revolves around social media.
It really is. But you know, it's funny, I have clients who say, I really want to take a break. And I said, you know what, why don't you? Put out less content, comment less, post less, see what happens. You'll feel better. And
how can this actually maybe be beneficial around the holidays?
You know, everything is in such a hurry. Bill was talking earlier about how he hasn't got his Christmas shopping started yet. You know, we all feel this way, and there's all this crush, this pressure, all these things happening. You know, to me, social media can be just another added pressure of, let's keep up with the Joneses. Let's show everybody how my lights are prettier than your lights, and all this, my tree's better than your tree. You know, let's just take a step back and, you know, look at the holidays for what they should be, I think, which is connecting with friends and family and taking a breath and just looking around and enjoying your life.
Do you recommend setting a number, hey, I'll check my phone X amount of times and sticking to it?
I do that, and I've had to kind of train clients that way and say, look, and I only check email 3 times a day, and I'm getting to a point where I only check social media and update social media at about 3 intervals a day. Now, sometimes I'm on there a little longer.
I mean, on that Chiefs game.
Yeah, if it's during the Chiefs game, forget it. That's probably how I blew out my 45 hours, actually, every time the Chiefs play.
Okay, well, Alex, thank you so much for all those tips. Bill?